Sugar workers' strike continues. Guyana sees reduction in dengue fever. And Jagdeo changes tune regarding oil handouts. I am Enrico Beaufort, and this is Uncut News. Do you see what's happening? Send us a tip on WhatsApp at 592-659-6151. Early this morning, at least 100 striking sugar workers descended in front of GAU headquarters in Georgetown, demanding that they be paid severance after the Rose Hall estate had been closed. But the union maintains that the workers were merely transferred and never severed. GAU said the workers are not entitled to severance pay because Albion and Blairmont estates are within a 10-mile radius of Rose Hall estate. The workers have been on strike for 15 days and are demanding an audience with the president. Meanwhile, Ramshatan is in solidarity with the sugar workers and has called for them to receive a package for agreeing to remain on the job at Blairmont and Albion after Rose Hall was shut down, and now being available to return to the reopened estate. Shut down under his government, by the way. In other political news, the president stated that he will not engage Norton on the One Guyana initiative, instead focusing on reaching out to ordinary Guyanese directly. He is of the opinion that if the public as a whole embrace his initiative, then the opposition leaders will be forced to follow suit. He also criticized Norton for refusing to shake his hand and failing to confess about electoral malpractice in the March 2020 general and regional elections. The United States Department of Agriculture is still reviewing the 5-year ban on importing catfish from Guyana due to our nation's failure to meet U.S. standards. The ban was instituted in 2017, and Guyana has been working to comply with the requirements, including providing documentation on sanitation and inspection systems in Guyana. The review is ongoing, and there has been communication between U.S. agencies and their Guyanese counterparts on the issue. The fire service has dispelled claims which suggest that fire tenders often respond to fires with insufficient water in their tanks or without water altogether. Fire Chief Gregory Wickham explained that fire trucks are not solely reliant on the water in their tanks and often seek alternative sources to combat blazes effectively. In fact, a water tank will only hold 250 gallons of water, and the tender expels water at a rate of 250 psi per minute. So, you do the math. Moreover, the fire chief is inviting the public to familiarize themselves with firefighting and fire safety by visiting their nearest fire station. And in health news, Guyana has seen a reduction in active dengue fever cases over the past week, with 186 positive cases, 101 past infections, and 85 new infections. Dengue fever is a public health concern in tropical regions and has resulted in 2,196 confirmed cases, 239 hospitalizations, and 11 deaths in Guyana this year. Now for crime news. Family members of Melissa Orokium and her son Anthony Orokium, who were found murdered in their home in Rose Hall, Berbice, are urging authorities to intensify their investigations, as police have yet to make any major breakthrough in the case. While 4 persons of interest were initially taken into custody, family members claim that the police never arrested one of the brothers, Nicholas Orokium, and are accusing the authorities of looking in the wrong direction. The family is calling for deeper digging into the case and is dissatisfied with the pace of the investigation thus far.
Attention truck owners. Between potholes, bad drivers, and high fuel prices, you've got 99 problems to deal with. But with Powered Automotive, your engine ain't one. That's because they stock high-quality parts and spares you need at prices you can't beat. Visit them at Lot 491 EE Eccles, or call or WhatsApp them at telephone number 6970171. Save big on truck parts at Powered Automotive, the #1 heavy-duty truck parts store in Guyana.
Tired of waiting on hold, tracking down a delivery driver, or carrying cash for your food orders? GT Eat is here to make your life easier. Guyana's first cashless food ordering and delivery app. Choose from Georgetown's top restaurants, pay securely with your card, and get your food delivered right to your doorstep. With the convenience of being able to order from your phone and the added feature of tracking your order, GT Eats is the ultimate solution for all your food needs. Download the app on Apple and Android stores and start ordering the easy way today.
13-year-old Hassani Mak drowned at Kumaka Mines Beach yesterday during an outing with several other people. The boy was playing games in the water with 4 other children and a Canadian couple when he and another young person went to wash off by the riverside. The water started to flow at a fast rate, causing Hassani to sink. The 29-year-old man rescued the other young person but was unable to rescue Hassani, whose body has not yet been recovered. Investigations are ongoing. A man and a teenage girl were shot during a nightclub brawl in Bartica last night, with the man in critical condition and the girl in stable condition. The suspect, a licensed firearm holder, is currently in police custody. The incident occurred after an argument broke out and the suspect discharged his firearm, hitting the man 3 times and the girl once. Investigations are ongoing. The police are currently searching for 4 bandits who robbed the supermarkets in Lusignan on the east coast of Demerara, taking cash and phone calls. The robbery was captured on CCTV cameras and the suspects arrived on 2 motorcycles, holding the cashiers at gunpoint before fleeing the scene. Investigations are also ongoing. Last night, teenage gold miner Anthony Richard died in a mining pit collapse in Cowpen Bakdam, Peruni River. Richard was operating a land dredge with 3 other workers when the land above him crumbled and covered him. Despite efforts to dig him out, he was found lifeless with abrasions on his left arm. Today, 29-year-old laborer Anthony Sam was charged with possession of narcotics, 53 grams of cannabis. Sam pleaded guilty before the magistrate at the Lenore Magistrates Court and was fined $30,000 and sentenced to 3 months in prison. Now for today's oil update. According to Jagdeo, you shouldn't worry if the poor will benefit from our oil revenues because they already have. When asked about how the people are benefiting from oil revenues, he responded with examples of the many cash handouts the government has engaged in since entering office. Jagdeo stated that around 1/3 of this year's budget is financed from oil resources, and much of that going towards these handouts. He also emphasized that oil revenues have been invested into health, education, and infrastructure. Heavily into infrastructure, obviously. It's interesting to note that the opposition has floated the idea of structured cash grants for all Guyanese households for years, but each time Jagdeo rejected the idea, claiming that we can't afford it and it will cause inflation, it will make poor people lazy, and a whole host of other reasons why he believed giving out oil money was a bad idea. But it seems like he's changed his outlook since getting into office.
It might not be robbery season, but the streets are still mean. That's why you need to get security for your home and business through Sheriff Security Service. Sheriff Security offers well-trained guards, armed and unarmed patrol, marine patrol, canine services. These people even got drones. Why? Because your security is their highest priority. You've seen the rest, now hire the best. Hire Sheriff Security Service today.
Now for our Uncut News Feels Poll Question of the Day. Every day we pose a question about current events in Guyana, the region, the diaspora, and how you feel it relates to us. Last night I asked about your opinion on the influx of Venezuelan migrants into Guyana.
But before we get to that, I'm proud to announce our latest addition to the Noble Army, Richard Singh, who is supporting us at the reporter level, the highest level of monthly support we've received so far. So thank you, Richard Singh. And also, a special thank you to David Griffith, Dion Nascimento, Project Zero, and Dimitri V. I appreciate you all. And if you're watching at home and you'd like to support our movement, just hit the link in the video description.
Dopamine says Venezuelans in Guyana. Too late. Ms. Amukurda says, concerning the Venezuelans, less secure processes pose a potential high security risk, i.e. a coup d'etat similar to the recent events in Afrique. Especially when there is a long-standing border dispute combined with the Black Gold plus their National Bolivarian armed forces. This could easily escalate quite rapidly. Increased stringent measures while background checks can be obtained, as in requesting the appropriate documents to be produced and keeping an electronic record of their details. I agree. And finally, Sun Torres says thanks for the great program. It's very much appreciated. Thank you. In terms of the Venezuelan migrants, they should be required to register for work permits and have a process to become citizens, including learning English and paying taxes. Secure borders are very important to stability, and stability is important for any nation. Now for tonight's question. Since we're talking about oil money, I want to know, if you were in Jagdeo's place, what would you spend the oil money on? I want you to think about that question. Tell us in the comments below. If your response is good enough, you just might feature it in our next episode. Anyway, that's all the time we have for tonight, and check us out tomorrow for another. Until then, I'm Neri Koppelfoot saying good night, folks.